Since you've been on your spiritual journey, do you feel alone? Or have you already started to meet some of your soul tribe? If so, this may resonate with you a little more. But a lot of us feel like we're alone early on in our journey of spirit because God will put you in isolation, especially if he just woke you up, because he needs you to realize the spiritual aspects of things. So he will take you away from loved ones. He will take you away from jobs. He will take you away from places because he has to pour into you. And as he pour into you, he's pouring knowledge into you so that you can observe the outside world differently. You see, you may have been laying with someone that is secretly your enemy. You may have family that have evil in their heart. You may be at a workplace full of deception. And so you being accustomed to these things your whole life, you're not able to see the deeper meaning behind things. So he brings you away in order to teach you. He teaches you about yourself. And as you learn about yourself, you learn about the outside world, because the outside world is a reflection of yourself. You fix the flaws within yourself because now you're, instead of focusing on all of this, the outside world, you're focusing on yourself. So you're able to see the pain and the trauma and all the things that you have been suppressing, and you're able to address them. This is what it is to do shadow work. And as you start to do this shadow work, you will slowly unveil the darkness on your soul and let the light shine. And that is you getting closer to God, because y'all working hand in hand. He's sculpting you. He's creating a spiritual warrior out of you. And so when you go back around these people that he took you from, it's totally different. They see you in a different light because they see that you're changing, and you also see that they're staying the same. And when you see that they're staying the same, you're able to see how low vibrational you once were, and you're able to see how low vibrational they still are. And some people will be willing to change because some people do want to better themselves, but they don't know how. And then there's some that you may trigger, and the people that you trigger will become your enemies, even though they may not understand why they became your enemies all of a sudden, because this is a battle of the spirit. Even though the flesh looks at you as their friend, the spirit within them sees you as an enemy because you sided with God. I say this in a lot of my videos now, ignorance is bliss, so they say. Just because that person is ignorant to the sense that their spirit is low vibrational, that their spirit may be being attacked by the devil or demons or low vibrational entities, does not change the fact that their spirit is low vibrational and they're allowing all of that in their life. You see, if you gain a little knowledge and if you spend a little time in isolation and you self-reflect, you will be able to identify these things in your life, but they are reluctant to do that. They refuse to do that. So they stay at that low vibration. And you see, this is why God calls you into isolation, so that you can see them things. You develop discernment. You develop your spiritual eyes. And this is not an overnight thing where you just unlock all of this and you go on with your life. This can take a year. This can take 2 years. This can take months. It's all dependent up to your spirit and how far you progress, how fast you progress. But back on topic. You go through this and you're able to basically spot the devil in the crowd. You're able to discern spirits all of a sudden. Things that you once let slide, you see the significance in them. You see the significance in the shade that people throw. You see the minor manipulation techniques that people use. You just get accustomed to this to the point where your discernment is so on point where you can walk up to someone and within moments, you can have an idea of what kind of spirit they carry, because now you can sense that there's no love in this person's heart. And you being the chosen one, you being on your journey, you being a spiritual being, you're able to understand that God's frequency is love. And it's not saying that that person must be in love with you, but to show true love and compassion to another person is what I'm saying. So you can see the hateful person. A hateful person can talk about God. They can tell you they love you. They can say anything, but actions speak louder than words. And you being in isolation so long, when you come back around, you're able to discern these things because now you're looking at that person's spirit. How do they move? How do they interact with other people? What do they show to the world? Even though they speak all of these positive things, is the actions that come from them positive as well? I can speak of God all day and still do devilish deeds. And that is what you learn in the process. But you will never truly be alone because as you sit in isolation and as you meditate and as you pray and you're finally able to communicate with God, you'll realize that God is with you. God is protecting you. Even though you may be fighting armies, you may be fighting groups of people, you still feel unbothered because God is there protecting you. God is there fighting alongside you. So you may be one person, but within the spirit, you have your ancestors behind you. You have God, you have the angels fighting with you. So you are a spiritual warrior. You are no longer just your flesh. You are embodying your spirit as well. And even though you still may be alone in the physical, are you really? Because you're not the only chosen one here on this earth. Part of the journey is you spawn into this war. You're fighting the darkness. You're out there alone with your little shining light looking for others. But as you fight the demons that are currently on your level, you make your way closer and closer to other fighters, other chosen ones. And you see, once you make your way to other chosen ones, then you will truly meet your soul tribe. And they may feel the same way on their journey, because in the physical, you are alone, but spiritually, you're not. You see, if I'm fighting the same war as you, but we're in two different states, you're not fighting the battle alone. We're fighting together no matter what the distance is. You see, because we are the chosen ones and we're sent here to fight the negativity, fight the demons, fight the devil. And eventually, as you progress, as you increase in rank, they say new level, new devils. It's not that the battle ends when you defeat the people that oppressed you from the beginning. You find new devils, new levels. But as you grow, your light will eventually get so bright that it tap into another light, because y'all both are growing. Even though y'all may be in separate places at the moment, eventually y'all light will grow to the point where you're able to connect with other chosen ones. And this is what it is to find your soul tribe. It is finding other people on the same vibration as you, other people on the same journey as you. This is going to be a short video. I just want you to let you know that you're not alone. You may be in a different state watching this. Just know that I'm going through the same thing as you. We're more different than we are alike. And keep fighting. Do not let them break you. And keep your trust in God. You'll eventually find your soul tribe. I promise. Only way you won't is if you give up. Because just like you fighting, we all out here fighting. We all go through the same thing. Just be brave. Trust in God.